Yeah, so here we go. This is the Porsche Boxster 987 Gen 2 S, which I bought in 2015, more or less as I left Duxford, and now it's 2018. And I'm at Cambridge Enterprise, and it's been an interesting 3 years. Unemployment, deaths, injury, and some great car fettling. But the time has come, rightly or wrongly, to let this go and look towards the 911, its big brother, as the next car in the project series, because it turns out that doing them up and making them nice is as fun as driving them. Will I regret getting rid of the convertible and going to a coupe? I really hope not, but there's a little plan B for that, which is maybe a little Mazda MX-5 for the top-down motoring, which is a delight and won't ever not be a delight. But in terms of fast cars, the 911 does actually provide everything this offers plus more, plus some space in the back, hopefully for dogs or for luggage for grand touring. So we'll see how that goes. But this has been a spectacular car. It's such an easy, confident car to drive quickly. It's so benign. It's got so much balance and grip. Heels and toes like a fucking dream, frankly. It's got the best engine sound. It's super brisk, and it's a really nice car. And in fact, as a logical conclusion from the case from the Lotus, it's pretty much all the good bits of all those in one. It's the performance, the handling, it's the it brings a whole level of sophistication and as well. And Luce loves it. It is a delight to own as well as to drive. And the Porsche experience has been one I've really enjoyed, which is one of the reasons why I'm taking the step up to the 911, all being well. But the 911 is very similar to this, so we shouldn't be saying goodbye to all of this, just a little bit of it, and the fact I can put my hand through the roof. But we'll see. We may come back. But for now, that's the end of ownership piece. Off to PM Technic tomorrow to see if they can secure a sale for me, and then plan A is to wait for the right 911 to come along and be ready to go with that. Never a good time to buy expensive Porsches or sports cars, but then 2016, Dad's death, my accident at the beginning of this year, Rick Dickinson's death. Just get on with it. Just get on with it. And I can't get on with it with this in ownership. I'd love to keep this and have 911. Who wouldn't? My goodness me, how extravagant would that be? It's not practical, I can't afford it, and it'd be hard to justify. So this is going, it's been awesome, I love it to bits. I really hope I don't regret selling it, but I'm going to have a go at the next thing and do some big tours, some big GT sports car touring, because that's what we want to do, Lucy and I, and some lane pottering, hopefully in an MX-5 on evenings like now. 27th of June, wonderful, soft, light, dry roads, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that's all to come, but so this is just to be a piece on record about how wonderful the 3 years of Boxster ownership has been, and if this is as good as it gets, it's been pretty good. So thank you, Porsche. Thank you, my lovely Boxster, which doesn't really have a name, just is the Porsche. Yeah, nice bit of kit. Nice bit of kit. On we go. Next one up, Carrera 2S. So, first run back. I've just pulled over about 5 miles short of Saffron Walden, just to put some thoughts on the camera. 98 miles from Guildford to here, and the car's been exceptional, really. I was just on the motorway, usual delays at Dartford and what have you, but already chuffed. I've got the cruise control fitted, so sitting at a very happy sort of 70-75, getting indicated 31, 32 mpg, so wow, what's not to like on that? I've got the iPod running up, that's lovely. The visibility actually on the motorway is the thing that struck me at this stage. There's so much visibility in this car. Even over your shoulder, you get the little side quarter window, which gives you a great view back. The rear view out is epic. So much real estate, glass real estate, superb. And the nice classic front upright screen, which is superb. So really nice. Driving characteristics, it's a little nosy, isn't it? I mean, hello 911, little nosy. And I'm comparing that to the Boxster, which had a lovely 50-50 weight distribution and really sat very square. And you can really feel here that the nose is a little lighter. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out when we get some real driving going. But really lovely run back, dry roads, comfy seats, the nice sports seats holding me really well. So really chuffed now. So plenty of fettling to come, and look forward to showing you some of that and a little show around the car later to see what the options are that the first owner spec'd. And I may say they did a very good job. So there we go, almost home, first run, looking good. Just pop the wheel off and just look at the size of the thing. Look at the blinking size of it. It's absolutely vast. I mean, there's no wonder the thing grips. It's got huge tyres. I think they're 295. We're running P0s at the moment. Yeah, 295/30. So it's upside down. But take my word for it. 295/30. It's absolutely vast. Look at the size of that. It's huge. Anyway, that's come off really easily. So actually, while we're here, let's just roll that gently out the way. There we are. It's like being in the pit lane at a Formula 1 race, isn't it? And there we have it. Right. So I have very simply washed the interior of the engine bay. That's all I've done. I haven't got any special sauce or anything in it. Just a bit of degreaser, light degreaser, and the cloth, wet cloth. So not adding too much water in either, and pretty much reaching in as far as I can by hand. You can actually see the back of the engine bay there. So the plastics are going to get a bit of special sauce just to tidy them up, a bit of shine, a bit of protection, but that's come up pretty well, isn't it, really? Not much to complain about there. And yeah, pleased with that. I've also wiped down the underside of the trunk lid, the bonnet lid. Just put a bit of cleaned in there a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll do. Certainly not too shabby. And of course, by doing that, you get to see what state things are in, and you can spot any early problems such as corrosion or failing parts or anything that is going to get expensive if it's left. So far so good. Lights still need to be done, so we'll do those of another evening, put some spray in there and tidy it up, and we'll carry on. Hello everyone. Decided the 911 needed a bit of a run out, so despite the weather. So here's a little cold start in the garage with the Fruity exhaust. Right, there we go, all done. Everything's put back in. So all the pieces have gone back, and then I put a little bit more of the detailing spray on the actual scuttle, which is prone to fading in these 997, 987 era cars. Everything's gone back in, and then a little bit more sealant on this bit. You can see that the frunk, the weather seal, which keeps the actual boot dry, is there. Just a little bit of sauce on that just to keep the rubber soft and therefore sealing well. Otherwise that's all done. That's the front triangle, all the bits and pieces hidden away, compressor foam, and bits and pieces in there. Yeah, that's it. So that's a job well done. And the last bit to do is just where there's been a bit of me getting some gunk on the bodywork and then up round the top of the windscreen, which is almost impossible to avoid when you're working with different types of chemicals. So I'll just wipe that off as well, and then we are all set. So happy days, another job ticks off for a year. That should last as intended. Thanks for watching. So here we go, on my way home from Cambridge Concourse. Yeah, I mean, it's been brilliant. We needed convertible, but the 911 has been awesome, and I have scratched my 911 itch. This is a fantastic, fantastic motor car. I can't really fault it. I'm not selling it because there's anything wrong with it. I'm selling it because I need a convertible, and this is a fantastic coupe. I love it, but someone else's time has come to enjoy Zuf, so that's what we're going to do. Help someone else enjoy the 911 awesomeness. Flat 6. Phew. So model year 2010 997 911 Carrera 2S with the manual 6-speed gearbox. Options include, because it's an S, it's got sports credo, PASM, the bigger brakes, the bigger discs and calipers, and otherwise it's got Porsche sports exhaust as well, and some other tasty bits inside, plus a Hayward & Scott rear sensor, cat delete, crossover pipes installed. Interior is charcoal grey leather, basalt black exterior, sport seats, 19-inch wheels with Michelin PS2s on, and all generally in pretty good condition. Car's done about 40,500 miles. And let's have a quick look inside. It's got the silver dials, as I say, the manual box, extended leather, so basically leather everywhere. It's got the aftermarket shark blue seat belts in the front. Rear is all black. Mats are in good condition, reasonably new. Mileage as stated, give or take 500. And let's have a quick look at the business end for you. So that's recently been detailed by myself. No modifications to the engine, completely standard, and all the better for it. 3.5 litres, 385 brake horsepower, about 310 pounds-feet of torque. And let's have a quick look. Front. Condition of the front is commensurate with mileage, a few chips, just the usual. It's got ceramic coating on it, but it doesn't have PPF. And then front is in excellent condition, if I say so myself. Battery bay's been cleaned. It's got the Porsche front liner, a couple of spare mats. They're the original mats for the front seats. No marks on the bonnet. Absolutely cracking car. And if you're the person who picks up owning this, you're going to have a very, very nice time. And I congratulate you on a great purchase. Thanks. So, all being well, this is the last video that I do in my car in the 911. Because the next 20 minutes or so I'm going to take it down to AutoStore, who are going to try and sell it for me, and fingers crossed it'll go. So as I've done with previous cars, final thoughts. This is an amazing car. I've really enjoyed owning it. It's a lovely, lovely thing to have. It's been really totally reliable. It's never let me down. I've spent a lot of money on it to improve it and make it nicer, which is a delight in itself, but it's been rock solid reliability, starts every time. Brilliant. And it's fantastic to drive. It's taught me how to drive mid-engines, well, rear engines, I should say. It's taught me how to trail brake, to left foot brake, to really set cars up and drive them hard. Did some fantastic training with Colin at Millbrook on that. It's a great cruiser. It's a great sports car. Sports with sport mode on and the sports exhaust open above 4,000. It's chuffing quick, quicker than you would reasonably need on any other road around the UK. B roads particularly, it's just insane. So it's a great car to drive. It is everything that people know and love about the 911s. Does that make it a bit predictable? Yes. Is that predictability desirable and good? Absolutely. It's freaking awesome. The only thing it doesn't have is a convertible roof, which is why I'm selling it, because I've had this car for 4.5 years and it's been fantastic. But it turns out that the previous 4 sports cars I had, 3, or convertible, and that's actually where I like to scratch my my sports car weekend itch. It's with the roof off, so when you're not going full chat across a moor road, you can poodle with the roof down and just soak up the smells. And the problem with living in Suffolk is there aren't that many good local roads, so when you're driving you're generally in traffic and it's just more frustrating than anything, and it makes you do silly things. So my wife's just returned looking at me curiously. So that's why it's going, and I hope the next owner has a fantastic time. It's been absolutely brilliant. I love it to bits. It's got a dream spec on it, and I hope the next owner has a fantastic time. Actually, I bought it to get the dog. Hello, Diglet. I bought it so that we had back seats for the dog. But she never got on with the back seats, so we're going back to 2 seats and the lap. Anyway, that's the 911 GF60 ZUF. Proto bomb by my wife. She's kind of appropriate really, because she loves it too. We're going to get a Boxster and we're looking forward to that. So Zuf, thank you, you've been immense. Let's move on to the next one. See you next time. Well, hello. I'm in the new Porsche car going past. I've just pulled over, left Carver Cars about half an hour ago, but the traffic has been predictably a nightmare getting around Chichester. I've just pulled over by one of the parking zones for near the hotel, Goodwood Hotel, for the revival. Just for first impressions, it's such a lovely car to be in. Engine's glorious, interior is just really discreetly classy. Leather Alcantara, bit of chromy stuff. Just everything I knew it would be, it is, so that's awesome. Had the car up on the ramp as well at Harbour Cars, just a quick scan, visual scan underneath. Everything looks fine, consistent with age and mileage, so I'm very happy with that. Just getting the focus there and the exposure. Yeah, really good. So I'm going to plug in my iPod now. Make a couple of very quick phone calls. There's not much to do, just drive it home, remind myself of the route. Thank God it stayed dry. It was pouring down earlier, but so far so good. So the roof is obviously off, windows down. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to a nice drive home by Petworth, Guildford. 25, A1 Bulldog, maybe even Saffron Walden in the back lane, depending how much time I've got. But so far so good. It's going to need some squirt at some point, but that's fine. I'll need to stop for a coffee. So really, really chuffed. It's just spot on. So a lot more to come on this. But first impressions are glorious. What a glorious car. And it's very red. So that's it. More to come. Cheers.